Om Shanti. English avyakt versions. 12th of June 1972. Just as science is becoming refined, in the same way is your power of silence and your stage automatically being refined within yourself. What is the specialty of something refined? Anything that is refined may be less in quantity, but its quality is powerful. Whatever is not refined is more in quantity, but it lacks quality. So here also, since you are being refined, whatever task you carry out in less time using less energy will be 100-fold, and there will also be lightness. The sign of lightness is that thing will never come down, even against its conscious wish. It will stabilize itself up above. This is the qualification of something being refined. So, do you experience both these specialties within yourself? Because of being heavy, you have to make more effort. When you are light, the effort is reduced. So, natural transformation takes place in this way. Constantly pay attention to both these specialties whilst keeping these in front of you. You can check how refined you have become. Anything refined does not wander around a great deal. It picks up speed very quickly. If something is not refined and is mixed with rubbish, it will not be able to pick up speed. It will not be able to move without any obstacles. On the one hand, you are becoming refined, and on the other hand, the fine for trivial matters, making little mistakes, and for your sanskars is increasing. On the one side is this scene, and on the other side there is the scene of becoming refined. There is the force of both. If something is not refined, then consider it to be a fine. Both scenes are visible at the same time, that is going towards the extreme, and that is also visible in its extreme form. That which is incognito is becoming more visible. So the number is created according to both aspects being visible. The rosary is not going to be threaded by your hands. You claim a number by yourself through your own activity. The time for the number being fixed is now coming close. This is why both the aspects are clearly visible, and whilst seeing both, you have to remain cheerful and a detached observer. A game which has extremes within it is like a great deal. Only such a scene has great attraction. Even now, such a scene of a tug of war is being enacted. You enjoy watching it, do you not? Or do you feel mercy? Seeing one side, you experience happiness, and seeing the other side, you feel mercy for them. The play of both is taking place. Today, Baba showed you the game to show you what is happening behind the scenes. Everything is very clearly visible from the subtle reason. The higher you are, the more clearly visible everything is. Can the actors on a stage down below see anything? Being a detached observer up above, you can see everything very clearly. Today Baba was seeing the scenes of the games of the present time from the subtle reason. Acha. Next, English avyakt versions. 14th of June 1972. Headline: The effort and science of stabilizing oneself in one's original stage. The effort and science of stabilizing oneself in one's original stage. Do you know your original and eternal stage of the self? Do you constantly pay attention to staying in your original stage? Do you find it difficult to stabilize yourself in your original and eternal stage? Perhaps it is difficult to stabilize yourself in another stage, but to stabilize yourself in your original stage should be natural and easy. In order to remain constantly stable in your original stage, four main things are essential. If you constantly have these four things, you can constantly maintain your original stage. If any one aspect is missing out of the four, you are not able to stabilize yourself in your original stage for as long. Whilst keeping the description of the original stage Think which four aspects you should constantly have with you. What are the qualifications of the original stage? To become the embodiment of the Father's virtue is known as the original and eternal stage. So, what things are essential in order to maintain such a state of such a stage for all time? Do you remember this? By having these four aspects, you are automatically able to maintain your original stage. Then you automatically have the stage of happiness, peace, bliss, and love. First of all, think why do you come into the middle age from your original stage, body consciousness? What happens when you come into body consciousness? What is the reason for coming into body consciousness? Why do you find it easy to stabilize in an external stage and difficult to stabilize yourself in your original stage of the self? The body is separated from the soul, and yet you are able to stabilize easily in the body and not in the stage of the self. What is the reason for this? Generally, also, you can only have a life of constant happiness and peace when you have four things in your life. Those four things are health, wealth, happiness, and being holy. If you constantly had these four things, you would never experience peacelessness or sorrow in your life. In the same way, the form of the original stage is to constantly stabilize yourself in the stage of peace, happiness, bliss, and love. So, what is the reason of forgetting your original stage? It is a lack of wealth, a lack of good health, or you're not being holy. Together with this, you are not able to remain happy and cheerful. So, what are the health and wealth? The stage whereby the soul constantly remains free from disease and is not affected by any illness of Maya is known as being healthy. And then you are also wealthy. That is, when you keep whatever treasures you continually receive or all the powers you have attained from the Father as an inheritance. That is, if you constantly keep the treasures of knowledge and all powers you have received from the Father, then is it possible to come down from your original stage? You also have to remain holy to that same extent. When there is no impurity in your thoughts or dreams, you can automatically maintain your original stage. Because you are lacking in these four aspects, you are not constantly able to stabilize yourself in your original stage. Check these four things. To what extent have you become healthy and wealthy? If you are healthy, wealthy, and holy, you will automatically be happy. So, constantly pay attention to these four things. Generally, an ill person never considers himself to be happy because of being ill. Waves of sorrow come even against his conscious wish. So, here also, when you are not constantly healthy, waves of peacelessness and sorrow emerge. So, what effort is needed to constantly maintain these four aspects so that they never disappear? I speak of an easy effort which everyone can do. If something is even slightly difficult, you are not able to do it. You wish everything to be easy, do you not? Because of having the sanskars of the eternal deities within the soul, you remain in a state of being attained happiness for half a kalpa. You do not make any effort then. So, because of having those sanskars of half a kalpa in the soul, when you come across something difficult, you are not able to do it. You constantly have the desire to do everything that is easy. So, what is the easy effort? How can remembrance be made easy? What is the effort to make remembrance easy and constant and to constantly remain healthy, wealthy, and happy and holy? All four things should remain simultaneously. You are in both the incorporeal and corporeal forms, are you not? You can carry out every task through the connection of the incorporeal soul with the corporeal body. If there weren't a connection between the two, you would not be able to carry out any task. In the same way, by having the company of both the incorporeal and the corporeal, and by keeping both of them in front of you, as you create every thought and perform every action, you will automatically imbibe all these four things. By remembering just the incorporeal or by remembering just the corporeal, you will not be able to imbibe all the four things. However, if you constantly have the company of both the incorporeal and the corporeal, then because of having their company, whatever thoughts you have, you will definitely verify these thoughts with them first By performing any task after first verifying it with them, you will do it with faith in the intellect. For example, if you physically have an elevated instrument soul with you, then by carrying out any task after having it verified by that one, you will do it with faith in the intellect. You will carry out that task whilst keeping both of virtues of fearlessness and faith in front of you. So, when you constantly have faith and fearlessness, there will constantly be the victory of elevated thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, if you constantly have the company of the incorporeal and the corporeal, if they are personally in front of you, then after having it verified, you will carry out that task with faith and fearlessness. You will not waste any time either, whether you should carry out this task or not, whether it will be successful or not. All these wasteful thoughts will be finished. At the present time, what illness or weakness is in the soul? That of wasting time in wasteful thoughts. This is the weakness of the soul at the present time. Because of this illness, you are not constantly healthy. Sometimes you are healthy and sometimes you become weak. So perform every task by keeping the incorporeal and the sakar form in front of you and having them verify the task first. This is the means of remaining constantly healthy. Through this, your time will also be saved. You'll experience it as though someone is verifying it in the physical form. It is a common matter, but you do not put this common matter into practice so much. You have been hearing knowledge for a long time, but you have not become experienced. If you had the experience of Bab Dada being constantly with you, would you not remain healthy and happy? By having the company of Bab Dada and the incorporeal and the corporeal, you receive both health and wealth, and you will automatically remain happy. So, what is the easy effort? Constantly keep both the incorporeal and the corporeal in front of you. This is the result of not constantly keeping their company. Do you find it difficult to keep their company? Since you know them, you have recognized them, you have accepted them, and you realize that all relationships are with the one and none other. So, what is difficult in moving along with them? Why do you let go of their company? Why did Sita let go of the company? What was the reason for that? She crossed the line drawn for her. That is the task of Sita, who belongs to the moon dynasty, not of the sun dynasty Lakshmi. So the intellect should not go beyond the line of the code of conduct even in the slightest, otherwise you will become part of the moon dynasty. If the foot of the intellect goes beyond the line of the code of conduct in your thoughts or dreams even in the slightest, then you should consider yourself to be the moon dynasty Sita and not the sun dynasty Lakshmi. To be part of the sun dynasty means to be courageous. Those who are courageous are never under anyone's influence. So in order to constantly keep the company, keep yourself within the line of the code of conduct. Do not go beyond the line. When you go beyond the line, you become beggars. Then you continually ask, I should receive this help, I should receive this facility. Then you are a beggar, are you not? To be a beggar means that you lose your health and wealth. This is why you become a beggar. So do not go beyond the line and do not become beggars. By staying within the line, you are able to become the conqueror of Maya, and by going beyond the line, you are defeated by Maya. Therefore, constantly remain healthy, wealthy, happy, and holy. Check which aspect out of the four was missing today. Today was your health good? Today was your health good? Do you have wealth? Are you happy? Are you holy? If not, why not? Recognize the illness and instantly get some medicine for it. You have already been given all other types of medicines. You have all attainments. So, whilst having all attainments, why are you not able to do something at the right time? Why do you forget until after the time has passed by? The weakness is that you are not able to do anything at the right time. If you do something after the time has passed, then the time has already gone by. You have not yet made your intellect sufficiently broad, unlimited, and knowledgeable for you to be able to remember everything on time. So, if you want some support, then constantly keep this support with you. Then you will never be defeated. So, never make yourself diseased. If even the slightest type of disease exists, then that one illness will bring many other illnesses. If you finish the one illness, the many other illnesses will not come. You remain careless in one illness and consider it to be nothing. But according to the present time, even little bit of illness is a big illness. Therefore, consider the little illness to be something we can finish it there and then. And the soul will never be weak, it will remain healthy. In the physical form, also, you are experienced in constantly keeping company. You do not enjoy staying by yourself since your sanskars are of staying together. You do not. Why do you lack the company? Why do you become part of those on the path of isolation? Just as those on the path of isolation do not attain anything but just continually keep on searching, your condition also becomes the same. You are then not able to attain the true attainment. So constantly keep the company and stay within the relationship, stay within the sustenance of the family. Those who constantly stay within the sustenance of the family constantly remain carefree and cheerful. Why do you go outside the sustenance that you are receiving? Do not ever go on to the path of isolation. By constantly keeping the company, you will receive all attainments. The moment you let go of the company of Bab Dada and the family, you then end up in the jungle of thorns. Just as those people continue to search in the jungles, in the same way you let go of the company, become distressed and begin to search in the jungle of Maya for some or another support. You say that those on the path of isolation can never attain success in their karma because of being isolated. So, just as they do not attain success in their karma, in the same way, when you let go of the company and become those of the path of isolation, you do not attain success in your karma because you become unhappy in isolation. You then become the servants of Maya. Therefore, do not become isolated and do not be unhappy. Do not ever become the servants of Maya. Acha.